Can you tell me the name of the spirit that's attached to this doll? What's up guys, Jody Dean here, Mr. Hunting the Dead. Welcome back to another video. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up for your boy right now, and after, please leave comments below. I want to tell you guys about this nightmare that I had a few weeks ago. I dreamed that it was Christmas morning. And as a grown man, I woke up and was so eager to go out into the living room and see what presents I had under the Christmas tree. I don't know why, because I'm not like that. I have Christmas year round. I don't look forward to Christmas morning like I did when I was a kid. Whatever the case may be, I wake up, I run out to the living room, and under the tree is a bunch of dolls. I don't know if these dolls are haunted. They don't look like the dolls that I actually have in my haunted doll collection, but there's a bunch of dolls underneath the tree. I stop, I look, and I say out loud, why would Santa bring me a bunch of dolls? At that very moment, God appeared right in front of me, and he said, Santa didn't bring you these dolls. I brought you these dolls. Then he just vanishes and I wake up. The next day, I'm trying to figure out what this dream mean. Did it mean anything? Did this dream have any kind of significant meaning? I'm going around, I'm trying to process this. Like, was this just a weird dream? Or is there something I'm supposed to get from this dream? And finally it hit me. These dolls that are in my collection, that I keep coming across, are a gift from God. The reason that is there's a lot of spirits that are attached to these dolls, and maybe we'll never know the reason for that. I have my own theory that they're very human-like and they're the most relatable vessel that they can attach themselves to. I think that makes a lot of sense. But I believe I've either found them or they've come into my possession, because God knows I have a burning desire, a passion to communicate with spirits on the other side. And one of the things that I say a lot, and if you guys watch me, you know this is true, is I say I believe it is to honor the dead, to give them a voice. And on my platform, I feel like that's what I'm doing. So to me, that makes a lot of sense that this dream actually did have more of a meaning to it than what maybe I almost took it as. I almost just wrote it off as a weird dream. But in all actuality, I think that's exactly what I'm doing. These have been gifted to me from the other side, because spirits, God knows my relationship with him. He knows my intentions are pure. To communicate with spirits is very meaningful to me. I feel like I take something from every investigation I've ever done. And for some reason, these things keep finding me. I don't find them, they find me. I'm never on the search for dolls. I never woke up one day and said I wanted to be a doll collector. That said, I have a lot of them in my possession. And because of this story in this video, I'm going to go ahead and introduce those dolls to you right now. I'll tell you the story behind some of them, how they've come into my possession. And because of the nightmare or the dream, I went ahead and I've set them up under my Christmas tree. And yes, we decorate early for Christmas. We love it. Now, this is not exactly how it looked in my dream, but again, the dolls that were in my dream aren't dolls that are in my possession. They are dolls I've never seen before. Maybe they're dolls that will be in my possession. You never know. Maybe he was showing me dolls that have yet to come in my possession. But these are, you know what, hold on, I gotta address something real quick. The wife, hold up, let it clear up real quick, bought these. I don't know where she got these ornaments from, but there is some other kid's picture on my tree right now. And I bet it's on this one too. Yep, I mean, it looks like a nice young man, but we definitely need to put our kids in there. All right, back to the dolls. Sorry, that just really got me. These are my dolls. These are dolls that I have found, that have found me. And each of them have a story. One of them that maybe you just, maybe you'll remember seeing, you should remember seeing if you watch me regularly, is this doll right here. I just found this doll on a covered bridge in the middle of a covered bridge, in the wall of a covered bridge in Pennsylvania. Now, I just barely seen the hair of something underneath in this wall. And at first, I was just going to keep going on, but I said, you know what, I'm just going to look in there real quick because I felt like I seen something. And whenever I got closer and I looked in there, I seen this doll. I pulled her out. I brought her home with me. Now, a lot of people are going to see some of my videos and they're going to say things like, okay, so this doll right here, that one right there. Me and my buddy Omar Gosh were randonauting, and we ended up at a place called Dead Children's Playground. Now, we had no idea where we were going. We were randonauting. That's what happens. When you randonaut, you end up at places that are really weird, but sometimes they check out. And in the situation of this doll here, it took us to a place called Dead Children's Playground. Now, a lot of people had an opinion about me taking this doll, but I was so happy that I did, and I'll tell you guys for why. A lot of people were like, oh no, you took the doll that was an offering to the children at the playground. But I was so glad that I did, and I'll tell you for why. Later that evening, not even that long, maybe like 30 minutes or an hour after me and Omar were done filming and we were leaving, we were ecstatic, we were talking about this place. I run into this cop at a 7-Eleven up the street. Whenever I do, I say, hey, I'm just curious. Do you ever get... Whoa. Okay, that doll just fell. What the heck? That could have... He could have just fell over, but he definitely just fell. Kind of ironic here. We're talking about spirit stuff, and that happens. But now I just heard something... So I asked this cop, is there anything crazy you've ever witnessed around the playground up the street they call Dead Children's Playground, the playground by the cemetery? And he told me that for the longest time, teenagers, vandalists, thieves have been taking the offerings from the playground, and in some cases not taking them, but burning them at the playground. Now, when I was seeing people's comments, they were like, you should have never took that doll. All I could think to myself is, if only, if a fraction of these people, think about that. What if I wouldn't have taken this doll and some idiots would have showed up there and burned the offerings right in front of the little girl's spirits there? Now, on the other side of it is these spirits there are stuck at that playground for a reason. They identify with their death site, with offerings that people bring. So in my opinion, by taking this doll, I can honor the spirit of the child spirit that may be attached to this offering, which I believe she is, because I brought this home, and immediately, even during filming this video here, about 2 times, I've heard what sounded like a little girl speak. I don't know if we caught it. I didn't want to say anything out loud, but let's say that we did. As soon as I brought this doll home, Alicia was telling me, my wife was like, I hear a little girl just chatting it up in Jay's room. And I said, is Jay in there? She's like, no, there's definitely somebody in there. There's someone. So I think that I did a solid by bringing this doll home. In the situation of this doll, if I would have left that doll there, somebody else could have taken that doll. At least somebody took it to give it a good home, that understands it, that loves what they do, and I'm happy to have it. Now this guy, I recently found him. He was sitting underneath a shelf at an antique dealer's booth, and the dealer was a World War II antique dealer. Had all kinds of war artifacts, not just from World War II, but other eras in Vietnam and stuff like that. And this doll was there. Something called out to me about this doll, and it is made of wood. It's very unique. It's got a really cool hand painting on his face here, and there's an energy to him. Now, there's an energy to all these dolls. They all have a story. Maybe some of you guys remember this bloody doll right here, Stephanie. A long time ago, I found her at the St. Augustine playground in St. Augustine, Florida. When I was ghost hunting at the playground at night. When I first came across that doll, I didn't know it was a doll. I smelled this horrific smell of death. I was hearing voices and documenting paranormal activity. I seen blonde hair on the ground by this tree. That's all I seen was the hair sticking out. I thought for sure I had just found, I even hate to say it out loud, a dead body of a little girl. And as I got closer, I seen that it was a doll. It was meant for me to find it. I am a spirit communicator, and these dolls have attachments. Tonight, we're going to investigate with them. We're going to communicate with them. You're going to learn about them. This is going to be a 3-part series. I'm going to drop 1 video a week until it's finished. I don't know what day I'm going to drop yet, but once a week you will get a video about these dolls starting now. Okay guys, so while I was giving you guys somewhat of an introduction, this doll fell down. Now, I haven't ever properly named him. I would like to see what you guys think his name should be, or actually maybe we'll ask the Necrophonic app right now. I feel like he's a Dave. There's definitely a male attached to this doll for whatever reason. Maybe he was the doll maker of the doll. So we'll ask that, I suppose. Can you tell me the name of the spirit that's attached to this doll? And all those replies, I thought I heard Chris, I thought I heard Ed, and I don't know why, but I felt the name Roger. I'm not sure if that came through, but I felt the name Roger came to me. Can you tell me why there's a spirit attached to this doll? Died. Whoa. Matt. Hold on, guys. I want to see something real quick. Hold on. I don't know. Is the phone making that do that? Okay, let's take... Hold on. Let's take the phone over here. Let's see. Okay. So hold on. We're going to have to get this further away. Let's take the speaker and the phone and put it way over here. Now let's see. Okay. Actually, maybe that's not the speaker or the phone making that go off. I wanted to make sure. Is your name Chris? Or wasn't it Ed? Roger? If there's a little something going on over here by him for sure. Whoa. Okay, see, I think the phone and speaker definitely contributed, but this is different. Whoa. Are you making that go off like that? I want you to do me a favor. Can you make it light all the way up to pink, which is the red at the end, if your name is one of those names that we heard? I thought I just heard something. I'm not sure. But at this point right now, if you guys are watching this, then you'll know if I tagged it on the screen or not. I always tag things when I hear them, if I can make them out. If I can't make them out, I just let you guys decipher it in the comments. Okay, all of a sudden, just stopped. Well, maybe not. Is your name Dave, like I suspected that it was? Interesting. Let's get back to the necro, though. We'll just kind of lay this... Whoa. We'll lay that right there. Whatever your name is, whoever's attached to this doll here, can you tell me, do you like being here? Yes! Dreams. I did have a dream about dolls. Can you tell me where that dream came from? Why did I have that dream? I want to go ahead and welcome some of the other spirits now. We have a form of respect here in the Dean house to invite the spirits to communicate, so that way things aren't just haywire all the time, and the spirits respect it. I think because we respect them. So I want to go ahead and I want to open it up now. Is there a particular doll here that would like to speak, and if so, will you please pay the other spirits respect and allow that one spirit to speak, or one spirit at a time, please? Can you tell me, is there something attached to every single doll that is here? Hey. Okay, so that meter has now not went off. Oh. What the heck?
You've given that aid in this court for the last 3 years. Yes, I'm not one of those who says one thing today and another thing tomorrow.
Dude, that little girl doll is talking. I had no idea that doll could even talk.
So man, he play what?
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm growing up day after day.
Who are you? Can you tell me who you are?
A judge asked the defendant for aid. 30, she replied. You've given that aid in this court for the last 3 years. Yes, I'm not one of those who says one thing today and another thing tomorrow.
Are you okay?
Red shirt, white skirt, red shoes, and white hat.
Guys, this doll's been here for weeks and I've never heard it do this once. I didn't even know that. Wow. Do you like being here? Grab my meter. Can you make that light up?
It's very simple.
It's very simple? Is that you doing that? I like green too.
I'm sure I am older than you.
How old are you?
I am 5 years old.
Dude, no way. Oh my God, this is so creepy.
Are you talking to me?
I am.
Your skirt looks very beautiful.
My skirt? I don't have a skirt. Are you okay here? Are you sick? Dude, this is so crazy.
Okay, we'll leave the light on.
What? No way.
I don't think so.
Can I do something for you? Is there anything I can do? If there's any... Whoa, what the...
I wasn't expecting that.
Did you just do that?
You are fluent in discussion,
I am fluent in discussion?
but I'm not sleepy.
Guys, I've never been this creeped out before. In a good way. I love this. I didn't know that the doll could speak. Or what doll says everything that this doll just said? I've never heard a doll speak more than a few words in my life. And this doll's having conversations over here. What the heck? That is amazing. That is pretty cool. Is that why you like this doll? I just got a little hit there. I don't know if you guys seen that. I'll turn it off and turn it back on.
All the people around me are my good friends, but the best one is only you.
Oh my God. I feel like...
First mother was worried because she hadn't heard from her son who was away at boarding school.
Okay, whoa! Okay, I was just going to say I'm using the Ghost Tube SLS to see if any of the spirits here want to show themselves. Now, this won't map anybody unless they move, unless they are showing up in human form and actually human. It's not going to map dolls, so it's going to map spirits that may be moving around the dolls. Can you come sit there on the floor in front of those dolls? Are you already sitting there? By the way, guys, this app is free, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. You can download it for free. What about over there? What about the talking doll? You were talking up a storm just a moment ago. Did you use all your energy? Do you not gonna... Whoa, something just jumped up there. Whoa. Totally mapping around those dolls right there. Oh, wow. Dude. Can you sit on the floor by those dolls, please? What the hell? All of a sudden my camera will not clear up. Hold on, guys. Did you just turn on my Christmas tree? That's crazy. Can more than one of you show up at the same time? How many of you can show up at once? This is pretty cool, especially for an app that is free. But I mean, again, the way the SLS works, is it's made to only pick up humans, just like EMF detectors are made to only pick up electromagnetic fields. Now, are electromagnetic fields around cell phones and things like that? Absolutely. But it is not going to pick up the energy of a human. A EMF detector is not going to pick up the energy of a human. Now, the SLS is only going to pick up the movement. What is it doing? Oh my God. I've never seen it do that. There's like a legit looking like face or something. Like there's two eyes and a nose and it's blinking. It is steady on her. Whoa. What happens if I move it? Dude, it's stuck on the phone. What? It's like, that is so weird. It's kind of cool, but it's weird. We are through the first night of engaging, investigating with the dolls, and there definitely was just some interaction. We may have picked up some things that I'm not even aware of at the moment I'm recording this outro. What I can say is what I feel here. Obviously, you guys aren't going to be able to feel, but it's very important that I explain to you that a lot of the time when I'm engaging with these things, I feel coldness come around me. I feel energy. I feel static. And that's what I was feeling while I was doing this. This was not turned up as usual, and I think that's because for a long time now, I haven't been engaging with these things heavily in my home like I used to. And I've always had a relationship with God, but my relationship in the past months has been extremely closer than it's ever been. And that plays a big part in all of this. And we have a form of respect for each other. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're looking forward to part 2 coming soon. Like I said, it'll be out sometime next week. Maybe I should keep recording. I don't know. Find out what happens in part 2. Smash that thumbs up. Leave comments below. Share this on all your social media. Until the next one, sweet nightmares.
Turning shit up a notch like no one else. I see dead people, yeah, maybe I could use some help. I see dead people every time I'm stepping out. I see dead people. There's some spirits in this house. Raise the roof. There's some spirits in this house.